Hello everyone, welcome to Current Affairs MCQs program. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was regarding the United Nations Convention on the Law of Sea 1982. Consider the following. 1. It is an international agreement that establishes the legal framework for marine and maritime activities. 2. It is the sole global convention outlining state jurisdiction in maritime areas, assigning distinct legal statuses to various maritime zones. 3. The contagious zone is one of the 5 zones created by the UNCLOS. How many of the statements given above are not correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3 or none? The correct answer is option D, none. That is, all the statements are correct. The United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, that is UNCLOS 1982, is an international agreement that establishes the legal framework for marine and maritime activities. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It is the only international convention that stipulates a framework for state jurisdiction in maritime spaces. It provides a different legal status to different maritime zones. Hence, statement 2 is correct. It is also known as the Law of the Sea. It divides marine areas into 5 main zones, namely internal waters, territorial sea, contiguous zone, exclusive economic zone, and the high seas. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Now, let's begin today's session. First question is regarding India-Myanmar relations. Consider the following statements. 1. Myanmar is the only Southeast Asian country that shares a land border with northeastern India. 2. As part of India's Sagar vision, India developed the Mongla port in Myanmar's Rakhine state. 3. The free movement regime enables residents on both sides of the India-Myanmar border to travel 16 km into each other's territory without a visa. How many of the statements given above are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3 or none? The correct answer is option B, only 2. Myanmar is the only Southeast Asian country that shares a land border with northeastern India. Hence, statement 1 is correct. As part of India's Sagar vision, India developed the Sitwe port in Myanmar's Rakhine state. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. The port is meant to be India's answer to the Chinese-fronted 𝐾𝐞𝐢 port, which is intended to cement China's geostrategic footprint in Rakhine. Free movement regime implemented in 2018 allows people residing on either side of the India-Myanmar border to venture 16 km into each other's territory without a visa. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is consider the following pairs. GI tag and state. 1. 𝐃𝐸𝐬𝐬𝐷, Arunachal Pradesh. 2. 𝐃𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐡𝐭𝐢, West Bengal. 3. 𝐾𝐶𝐸𝐻, Gujarat. How many of the pairs given above are correctly matched? 1 only, 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Arunachal Pradesh 𝐃𝐸𝐬𝐬𝐷, ginger variety. Hence, pair 1 is correctly matched. West Bengal 𝐃𝐈𝐴𝐺𝐷 saree style originating from Bengal with distinct weaving patterns. Hence, pair 2 is correctly matched. Gujarat 𝐾𝐶𝐸𝐻, product of date palm harvested at Khalal fresh stage, which are bold, crisp and sweet. Hence, pair 3 is correctly matched. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Next question is consider the following statements. 1. Microorganisms that develop antimicrobial resistance are sometimes referred to as superbugs. 2. The World Health Organization has identified AMR as one of the top 10 threats to global health. 3. Antimicrobial Resistance Surveillance and Research Network was launched to collect evidence and monitor drug-resistant infection trends in India. How many of the statements given above are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3 or none? The correct answer is option C, all 3. Microorganisms that develop antimicrobial resistance are sometimes referred to as superbugs. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The World Health Organization has identified AMR as one of the top 10 threats to global health. Hence, statement 2 is correct. AMR Surveillance and Research Network, it was launched in 2013 to generate evidence and capture trends and patterns of drug-resistant infections in the country. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is regarding the exchange rate system. Consider the following statements. 1. In a stabilized arrangement, currency value is determined solely by supply and demand in the foreign exchange market. 2. In a floating exchange rate, the central bank may intervene in the foreign exchange market to maintain a target range for the currency. 3. An exchange rate regime is deemed stabilized by the International Monetary Fund when the exchange rate remains within a 2% band for a consecutive period of 6 months. How many of the above statements are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, or none? The correct answer is option A, only 1. Currency value is determined solely by supply and demand in the foreign exchange market with minimal government intervention. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The exchange rate can fluctuate significantly in response to economic news, events, or market sentiment. More managed than purely floating, the government or central bank may intervene in the foreign exchange market occasionally to smooth out excessive volatility or maintain a target range for the currency. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. The International Monetary Fund classifies an exchange rate regime as a stabilized arrangement when it determines that the exchange rate has not moved beyond a 2% band in 6 months and that this stability has resulted from market interventions rather than market conditions. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, which of the following is a rocket launcher? Tejas, Akash, Prithvi, or Pinaka? The correct answer is option D, Pinaka. DRDO is the R&D wing of the Ministry of Defence, Government of India, with a vision to empower India with cutting-edge defence technologies and a mission to achieve self-reliance in critical defence technologies. Significant contributions include developed strategic systems and platforms like Agni and Prithvi series of missiles, Tejas light combat aircraft, Pinaka multi-barrel rocket launcher, Akash air defense system, radar, and electronic warfare systems. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements. Statement 1. Antimicrobial resistance occurs when bacteria and fungi become capable of overcoming drugs meant to eliminate them, leading to persistent and challenging to treat infections. 2. Statement 2. Antimicrobial resistance, a pressing global health threat, caused 1.27 million deaths globally in 2019 and poses a serious risk across various life stages and sectors, making it a top public health concern. Which one of the following is correct in respect of the above statements? Both statement 1 and 2 are correct, and statement 2 is the correct explanation for statement 1. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct, and statement 2 is not the correct explanation for statement 1. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. Or statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is correct. The correct answer is option B. Both statements 1 and 2 are correct, and statement 2 is not the correct explanation for statement 1. Antimicrobial resistance happens when germs like bacteria and fungi develop the ability to defeat the drugs designed to kill them. That means the germs are not killed and continue to grow. Resistant infections can be difficult and sometimes impossible to treat. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Antimicrobial resistance is an urgent global public health threat, killing at least 1.27 million people worldwide and associated with nearly 5 million deaths in 2019. Antimicrobial resistance has the potential to affect people at any stage of life, as well as the healthcare, veterinary, and agriculture industries. This makes it one of the world's most urgent public health problems. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is regarding the 10th schedule. Consider the following statements. 1. The 10th schedule was inserted by the 61st Constitutional Amendment Act 1988. 2. It outlines how lawmakers can be disqualified for decision by the presiding officer upon a petition from any fellow member. 3. While it applies to the Parliament, for state assemblies, a separate provision has been provided under Schedule 11. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 only, 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3? The correct answer is option A, 1 and 2 only. The 10th schedule, popularly known as the Anti-Defection Act, was included in the Constitution via the 52nd Amendment Act 1985. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It lays down the process by which legislators may be disqualified on grounds of defection by the presiding officer of a legislature based on a petition by any other member of the House. Hence, statement 2 is correct. A legislator is deemed to have defective if he either voluntarily gives up the membership of his party or disobeys the directives of the party leadership on a vote. This implies that a legislator defying, abstaining, or voting against the party whip on any issue can lose his membership of the House. The 10th schedule applies to both Parliament and state assemblies. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is regarding the Gaza Strip. Consider the following statements. 1. The Gaza Strip is situated in the eastern Mediterranean basin. 2. It shares borders with Israel in the southwest and Egypt to the north and east. 3. Its 3 operational border crossings are Karem, Abu Salim and Erez under Israeli control and Rafah under Egyptian control. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option B, 1 and 3 only. The Gaza Strip is situated in the eastern Mediterranean basin. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It shares borders with Egypt in the southwest and Israel to the north and east. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. To the west, it is bounded by the Mediterranean Sea. 3 functional border crossings exist: Karem, Abu Salim crossing and Erez crossing controlled by Israel and Rafah crossing controlled by Egypt. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is consider the following statements. 1. Illegal migrants in India may be imprisoned or deported under the Foreigners Act 1946 and the Passport Entry into India Act 1920. 2. The Citizenship Act of 1955 outlines methods to acquire citizenship, including by birth, descent, registration, naturalization, and through the incorporation of territory into India. 3. The Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 excludes certain religious groups from Maldives, Bangladesh, and Pakistan who arrived in India before December 31, 2014 from being considered illegal migrants. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3? The correct answer is option A, 1 and 2 only. Illegal migrants may be imprisoned or deported under the Foreigners Act 1946 and the Passport Entry into India Act 1920. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The 1946 and the 1920 Acts empower the central government to regulate the entry, exit, and residence of foreigners within India. The Citizenship Act 1955 provides various ways in which citizenship may be acquired. It provides for citizenship by birth, descent, registration, naturalization, and by incorporation of the territory into India. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 provides that the Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, Parsis, and Christians from Afghanistan, Bangladesh, and Pakistan who entered India on or before December 31st, 2014 will not be treated as illegal migrants. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Last question is consider the following statements. 1. The Comptroller and Auditor-General of India in the Ministry of Finance serves as the key accounting advisor to the Indian government, overseeing the establishment and upkeep of a robust management accounting system. 2. The Comptroller General of Accounts, functioning independently under India's constitutional framework, oversees audits and accounts, safeguarding public funds and ensuring governmental accountability to both Parliament and the public. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. Comptroller and Auditor General of India, that is CAG, an autonomous body in India, oversees government accountability, ensuring transparency in public fund usage. Head of the Audit Department, Girish Chandra Murmu, currently holds the position. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The Comptroller General of Accounts, or CGA, in the Department of Expenditure, Ministry of Finance, is the principal accounting advisor to Government of India and is responsible for establishing and maintaining a technically sound management accounting system. It is not an independent body. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. The Office of CGA prepares monthly and annual analysis of expenditure, revenues, borrowings, and various fiscal indicators for the Union government. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Now it's time for the practice question. Consider the following statements. 1. Corbett National Park was the first national park in India. 2. The Project Tiger was launched in 1973 in Corbett National Park. 3. Marwa, Chenab and Shilla are the major rivers flowing through the Corbett Tiger Reserve. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3? Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.